President-elect Trump rounding out his cabinet with members who will be tough on China or China hawks. TD Cowen is out with a new analysis based on these choices. And the analyst there writes this, more, if not all, of the Chinese companies that trade on U.S.-based exchanges will be delisted. He writes this, the argument is that the U.S. should not finance companies that are unfairly competing against U.S. companies that could pose a military risk. That this could be an expansion of the list of Chinese companies that are off limits, but we view a complete delisting as more likely. Michael Lee, I thought this was a powerful research report this morning from Cowen. The second one, he says, is a ban on investment in Chinese companies. He says the flip side is to prevent institutional and retail investors that are U.S. citizens from investing directly in Chinese companies, regardless of where they are traded. The bottom line here is that it is the law in China that the military comes first. That is military-civil fusion. And any company, if it has anything to do with advancing the Chinese military, will do so. So all these companies that you invest in on U.S. exchanges that are Chinese companies, they are tied to the Chinese military, Michael Lee. Do you expect this analyst to be right, that there will be a delisting of these Chinese stocks?
Maria, yes. I think there's a day of reckoning coming. And additionally, most of these Chinese companies do not need to meet U.S. accounting standards or do not need to release the auditor reports, which is insane. Why are companies from China getting this special treatment that American companies do not? Why are we funding our opposition? Why are we funding the greatest threat to our country's well-being? So, look, I think a headline like this, a report like this, couldn't be more timely as Trump is staffing up his cabinet, and why you are seeing Marco Rubio as your Secretary of State. He has been a champion for this issue. They wanted to add, the MSCI World wanted to add Chinese stocks to some of their index funds, which are in United States government workers' retirement plans. Okay, and he fought hard to have that removed.
That's
so
right.
I think this is just the beginning of, how we go to war with China without a shot being fired.